Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. This game in Milwaukee marks the start of a homestand for the Bucks and the continued absence of Luis Scola. The story for them right now.
Yeah, that is really tough, Kevin. You never like to hear the sound of that. They're going to miss him, and by all indications, they're going to miss him for a long time. That was the exact opposite of the news they wanted to hear.
And it does, you're right, sound like a long road ahead for him to get back on the court. But listen, he's a pro. You know he'll do everything in his power to get back as quickly as possible.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our...
Well, we talked about it before. Big shakeup in this game, guys, as both Prez and Justice Young are inserted into the starting lineup. When I asked the coach about the switch, he said they both have earned it. It's not hard to see that they energize the team when they're on the floor, and I wanted them doing that from the opening tip. The youth movement is in full effect for this team. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you for that, David, and a lot of faith being placed on these rookies.
But you had to know it was coming with how they have been playing together. You want to give rookies time to grow, but they both look ready for that starting spot.
You look back on the history of the Bucks, and it's just so rich with some of the biggest names in NBA history. So many great names that got their start or played some great basketball one time or another for the Bucks.
Well, two of the biggest names in the history of the game. I mean, when you talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and the Big O, Oscar Robertson, you don't get any bigger than those two names. You also have some of the great two guards that have played in this league, Ray Allen and Sidney Moncrief. You get the feeling that a few of the current players could end up being viewed as all-time great Bucks as well, particularly Giannis Antetokounmpo and Jabari Parker certainly have the ability to maybe get to that ring of honor in Milwaukee.
So the Nets starting five. Booker out there with Bogdanovich. Then it's Jeremy Lin.
At the impact he had on the defensive side.
Here's Prez. Down low, here's Young, the 10-footer. And Parker with the basket on the assist from Young.
And that's just really outstanding confidence from Parker. I mean, the defense
against the Bucks.
And really, I just felt like they didn't compete, particularly on the backboard, probably their weakest area in that game.
Well, they weren't doing their work early. They weren't carving.
Now here's Prez. Lopez covering. And here is Prez. He picked up 27 points in the last win against the Nets in Brooklyn. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
Lin kicks to Lopez. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And nice job by Prez positioning himself for these blocks. I mean, sending a message.
With attempts to drop in the first quarter. And Middleton kicks to Prez. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and two shots coming up. And just to speak about the closeness of Orange Juice, not only do they share the ball well on the court, but they are tied at the hip off the court.
It goes so far that they even get there.
He had a no-nonsense approach to the game. Still maintains that approach as a coach. Very much focused on results and efficiency over bells and whistles and all the extras.
For Brooklyn here.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
Young dishes to Prez. And look at Prez there, just punishing the rim.
Oh, and you love the ferocity that Prez finished that playoff with. No layups for the big fella.
Lopez a screen. Here's Lin. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
Basket's good.
Greg Monroe. He's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And thinking about where kids playing
game from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
And Young kicks to Prez. To the inside. The kick out to Young. That was enough space for Young to convert the deep ball.
And Young can knock those down if you get more in this quarter.
For better or worse, and it looks like the latter. I mean, those threes not really falling yet.
And Prez. Now Prez, 12 points for him. Young from outside. Here's Prez, and finish off by Prez.
And Young just has this innate feel for when one of his guys is open. I mean, he gets those
Half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Bucks lead by 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. Hey, the stats say you have been the big factor for your team inside. Is it fair to say you're controlling the paint?
Yeah, man, I'm doing the best I can out there, you know. Coach is always stressing that if we're on the glass, you got a good chance of winning the game. So I'm out here doing what I can to help make that happen.
You certainly have done your share in the first half, man. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. All right, back to you, Kevin.
And there is definitely a culture change right now underway in Brooklyn. Atkinson fits right in with what they're trying to accomplish on that front with his work ethic.
Yeah, I don't know Kenny Atkinson, but everybody who does.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
To the paint with the tip. Well, this is what it's all about. Both Prez and Young have it going, and the numbers are piling up.
And Orange Juice putting the squeeze on for sure. Tremendous play from that duo.
Talk about bringing it. Hey, you got to play better defense than that on Young now. I mean, this man just looks like he wants to tear the rim off on these dunks.
Now for himself in our league, an effective two-way player who can score, rebound, pass, and defend.
Orange Juice connecting on the alley-oop. Great pass.
Yeah, it's a conference foe.
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Yo, Steve.
What's going on, Prez? Ernie and the guys in the studio want to talk to you.
All right, let's get it.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Prez.
Hey, what's up? This is Kenny. Now, you were all over the floor tonight. Congrats on a triple-double. Now, do you consider this one of your best games of the season?
You know, right now it's definitely up there, but I have a lot more in store to really show what I can do on the court. I feel like this is a good starting point, though. The best is definitely yet to come, for me and for this team.
Well, I think the team is playing great. You're playing great. Calm it down just a little bit, and you guys will be all right.
All right, Kenny.
And that is a wrap, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. See you again soon.